I've been seeing for months and months now, owners of modern Hyundai Kia Genesis products having this, their tire repair kits exploding in their trunks or front trunks. It's gotten to the point where I need to make a video to warn you guys about what could potentially happen with this thing. Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq guy. If this is your first time to the channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai Kia Genesis EV related. So yes, many of you who hang out on the Facebook groups or Reddit or the forums have probably seen photos of people's trunk areas coated in a white goo. One owner specifically shared a photo of a puddle of this goo under their car. It had found its way through the trunk and down to the ground. Very annoying. It's part of a two-piece system for your car. So you have more or less the fix-a-flat, which you might be familiar with, and then you have a small 12-volt powered air compressor. So in the event you do impact something, your tire is damaged, you're pulled over on the side of the road, this is all you're gonna have in your car. Your car does not have a spare tire like of yesteryear. Basically what you do is on the compressor here, there's a little port that this bottle of goo slides into. And then on the other side of the bottle, you have a cord that plugs in, and then this end connects to the tire and fills it up with the goo. It seals the hole, and then you can kind of crawl home. Because it says on the bottom here, maximum speed to drive on the tire that's been repaired with this at 80 kilometers per hour or 50 miles per hour. So this is not meant to be a permanent fix for your tire. This is enough to get you to a tire repair shop or back home where you might have another spare tire. Obviously, in the event of an emergency and you have a serious tire blowout, you're gonna have to get towed anyway, so you can call Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis Roadside Assistance. It comes free with the car for several years, and they will tell you to the local dealership for help. The problem that we're seeing is that people are lifting up the false floor in the back of their cars where this is stored, and they are seeing this has completely burst and filled the underside of their trunk area with that material. Same can be said if it's stored in the front trunk. So something is going on with this, and it seems to be related to cold temperatures. So if you're somebody who's experienced that, let us know down in the comment section what the conditions were when you discovered it. But it could have been months since you were last in that area, so you might not have noticed it. And you'll notice that it is stored in a plastic bag, which is a smart idea. The only problem is that this yellow piece on the top here is relatively sharp, so I can already tell on my bag there are some really small holes in it. So even if this thing were to burst or leak, it's gonna get out through these holes in the bag and it's gonna make a big mess. I actually saw somebody that it happened to had the dealer replace all of the carpeting in the trunk area and everything because it was so bad you couldn't clean it. This is like a really serious sealant. So once it gets on stuff, it's probably not coming off. Now, if it did happen to you and you want to replace this, the part number is 52932-GI620. And that part number should be universal across Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis cars. As far as the air compressor goes, it doesn't have to be used all the time in conjunction with that bottle. The tube that it comes with for filling up your tires actually goes directly into the compressor itself as well. So if you are on the side of the road and you do need to inflate your tire, you can still use the provided 12-volt compressor. So although that is a decent solution if you're in a pinch, I still don't really like these fix-a-flat systems. For me, if I did get a nail or a screw in my tire or something, what I would do is I would use one of these. And what this is just a good old-fashioned tire plug kit. So in this kit, you have a ream tool, you have the plug insertion tool, and then you have a bunch of these rubber plugs. So basically what you do is you take a pair of pliers, you pull out the nail or whatever is in the tread. This can't be used for sidewall punctures, so keep that in mind. This is only for issues within the tread pattern of the tire. So you pull out the screw or nail or what have you, you take this ream tool and you put it in and out, and it kind of cleans up the hole, makes it a little more circular. Then you take one of these, you insert it into this eyelet in this tool, and then you take it and you stick it down through the hole and then pull it back out about halfway. Then you'll take a knife or something and you'll trim what's left over of this, and your tire should actually be relatively well repaired. I've used these on tires for years. I just repaired one of the tires on my Ioniq 5 last year and it still holds air. Some people don't consider this to be a permanent repair, but in my experience, it's worked perfectly fine. Especially when a tire is already getting towards the end of its useful life, you don't want to have to replace that tire. So I'll leave a link in the description below to the kit that I use, and I'll actually leave a link to the kit I think you should buy. I bought this kit a few years ago and I didn't really need all the other tools that come with it, but it is good to have the complete kit that comes with pliers, valve stem tools, a little knife for trimming the plugs, Just everything that you would need if you did need to plug a tire, which this one does not. And they're relatively cheap. This kit ranges from about $20 to $30 on Amazon, so it's really not that expensive and it could really save you in a pinch. Now, if you don't really feel like dealing with this 12-volt air compressor with a long cord running to the car, say even you live in an apartment building and you don't have easy access to an air compressor, you're gonna need to inflate your tires throughout the year as the seasons change and the air in the tire changes. So I've actually been testing this tool recently, and this is the Fantic battery-operated air compressor. Look how tiny this thing is. This can adjust the inflation of your tires pretty easily. And what's nice about it is, beyond being an air compressor, it's also a flashlight. It's also a battery bank. It does have a USB-A output. The USB-C you see here is for power in to recharge it. And it's relatively quiet too. If you live in a development or something, you don't want to wake up all your neighbors. Like if I kick on my air compressor, my pancake air compressor in the garage, it probably wakes up the whole neighborhood if I have the garage door open, but this is pretty quiet. So all you really do is you turn this on, set the tire pressure you want to go to, plug this onto your wheel, and then hold down the power button for a second, and it will start inflating the tire if it is low pressure. And if you're working in the dark and you need a flashlight, all you got to do is turn the flashlight on, and you can see it is pretty bright. And if you press the flashlight button again, it turns on SOS mode. So this is a pretty neat little tool, and I'm actually looking forward to having this because when I move into an apartment in the next year, I'm not gonna have my pancake air compressor with me. So this is gonna come in really handy for my car and my bikes. And if you are interested, you can purchase this on Amazon for about $80. I'll leave links in the description below. But anyway, guys, just a quick PSA, check those tire inflation kits. Another recommendation from me would be put this in a nice thick plastic bag. Get a nice multi-quart plastic Ziploc bag, put it in that, and that should help keep this thing together if it does decide to blow. So anyway, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Are you a new or existing owner of a Hyundai Ioniq 5? Then check out my store because I got a bunch of cool new stuff to show you. So obviously you got the OG magnetic eyewear holder, but I've also got a new magnet shaped like the Ioniq 5 wheel. Do you like big 40-ounce water bottles or tiny little cans? Well, I've got both. This one shrinks your cup holder, while this one enlarges it. I've also got some for the rear seat. I've also got a keychain that resembles the charging indicator in the charge port, and if you don't even want to see this charge port indicator when you're charging at night, you can go ahead and cover it up with this little guy. These LEDs flash very bright at night, so you might not want people coming over and looking at them, and when you're done, thanks to these two little nubs, you can go ahead and store it right in your charge port. I design and 3D print these all myself, and every single sale goes towards the channel and helping me grow it a little bit more. So you can purchase any of these products from the links in the descriptions. If you're international, please use my Etsy store. If you're in the US, you can go to my website, ioniqguy.com. You can also purchase them right here without leaving YouTube from the store on my channel page. And if you have any custom requests, shoot me a message because I'm always open to trying something new. So I appreciate you checking them out, and I hope you like them.